This is Believe in the Run. I'm Thomas.
I'm Robbie.
And we're here to talk about not this shoe.
Not that one.
Looks a lot like it.
This one.
What is this, Robbie?
The Brooks Hyperion Elite 2. So, you know, we've been stoked on this shoe for a long time, for like 6 months. So it's finally here. Launch day is here today, September 1st. So, of course, we're having a launch party.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the Instagram post about it, we're having some awesome guests today. Nikhil Jain, the senior product line manager, Garrett Heath, and blank out, Carissa Nelson, and Henry Wynn. So
yeah.
all Brooks.
I'm not going to help Robbie out at all.
He's like, I can see the paper.
Yeah,
but
I can see it. I'm not going to help you.
Whatever.
By the way, now that you mention it, Robbie barbecued his shoe for that one great live story. And he said, could you smell it? I couldn't smell it earlier, but now that I'm standing so close, I am starting to smell it.
Yeah, I might have used some yellow sulfur bombs, smoke bombs, to set off some smoke for our IG reel, and I kind of took a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
Hey, Robbie, before we bring in our guests, are we giving any of these away today?
Let me think. We're giving away 3 pairs. Actually, we're giving away 2 pairs on the live show. We gave away 1 pair on our Strava. If you follow our Strava club, if not, get in there. So 2 pairs away. We're giving away today on the live show at the end of the show. So make sure you stick around. And to enter into that drawing, make sure you comment with the shoe emoji.
Yeah.
You'll see. I see people doing it right now.
Boom, boom,
boom. Way to go.
And Robbie, what's better than free shoes?
And so hold on, Nikki.
You got her?
I know. Sorry. And anyways, what's better than free shoes? More free shoes?
Yeah, I would say fast free shoes.
Fast free shoes.
Yeah.
Let me check to see if Nikhil's coming on. Thomas, you can still talk about it.
Yeah,
If you want.
I'm mesmerized when he starts doing that. I just start looking at the little finger going.
It's like a slot machine
Yeah,
over here.
I like it. But one thing you can do is you can also check out our review online. Megan, super fast. Jeremy, super fast. Myself and Robbie all reviewed the Hyperion Elite for Believe in the Run. Our review is up there. You know us.
Yeah,
You know the shoes we like.
The review just went live, like let's see, an hour ago. So I'm gonna. By the way, as we said, we're getting some guests on today. So Nikhil Jain, senior product line manager, is in the house. He's requesting to join, so I am going to approve him right now.
All right.
There we go.
Boom, boom. Easy on us. He's got a different Instagram handle.
I was a little thrown off.
Yeah, I knew it.
Um,
All right, here he comes. And there he is.
Hey.
Let's fix this a little bit.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
How are you doing?
Great.
I'm sure it's an exciting day for you finally to see the
Products
Hyperion
hitting the market.
Elite 2 on the market out there.
Oh yeah, we're always excited. Anytime a new shoe is launching, we get super excited. Especially this one, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, go ahead.
I was gonna say we got a chance to go on the first one. I don't know if you were on the design team for the first one. I'm guessing yes, because there's a lot of elements that are similar, the upper and stuff like that. So the real exciting thing about this is obviously the midsole, the flash DNA we're seeing, or DNA flash we're seeing in the tempo. We're seeing in this shoe. I'm guessing there'll be more shoes down the line with this kind of midsole material in it. Am I right?
Yep. I mean, this midsole material, I think, from the day we kind of got our hands on it, we knew we had something. And obviously, you guys, it's the same team that was working on the first Hyperion Elite that worked on the Hyperion Tempo. It's what we call Blue Line, which is our innovation accelerator team at Brooks. And that really kind of speaks to one of the reasons why we've been able to move so quickly for the runner and bring this DNA Flash midsole, not only on the Hyperion Tempo, because we turned that around really quickly, but then follow up the Elite 1 with the Elite 2, because we knew this foam would make a big difference.
So are the athletes really responding to the update well? Like, is there anybody who's like, hey, I really preferred the 1 over this, or is it mostly people going, this is a great update and we want to go this direction?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, with any shoe, there's going to be some people who love it and some people who hate it. So no one shoe till date has worked for everyone, to my knowledge. But I think, when we were working on the Hyperion Elite 1, our athletes were telling us if we can just get it a little bit softer, a little bit bouncier, but not too soft and almost not too bouncy. So to try and hit that sweet spot. And I really think we have with bringing in DNA Flash. And then the other thing that we have done, which our athletes really like, is just gone broader in both the heel and the midfoot.
Yep.
Even with the first iteration, that was a big part of our story, especially at the later stages of a marathon when fatigue sets in. Just a wider base, but still keeping it, fast and smooth was critical.
Yeah, so runners that would want a little more stability than some of your competitors, the wide base really offers a platform that's going to be a little easier a little less wiggle room.
Yeah, I mean, we think so. All our testing has shown that, running, even in the Hyperion Elite 1 and now the 2, that, for Brooks, a big part of our point of view is run signature or runners staying in their natural motion path. And that becomes even more important when you're hitting mile 15, 18, 20, 25, so that you can continue to execute and run fast. So we saw it with the 1, and we're seeing it with the 2 as well. And I've read some reviews and followed it, and people do like the fact that this is, a more supportive option, and it is a differentiator from what's out there.
Yeah, I know for me personally, that was one of my favorite things about the shoe is the wider base that it kind of provides more of that stability, because I know in some of the other racers, it feels like you're ice skating on a razor's edge. Just like you gotta make sure you don't hit a pothole or anything.
Turning is I did, when you can, all the higher the stack the shoe gets, the turning radius seems to go down a little bit. Mm-hmm. And these I did feel comfortable taking sharper turns in. I would say, how much of the midsole, when you're designing it, is aided by computer, and how much of it is just an athlete telling you, hey, the durometer feels a little better, I like it a little softer? Like, how much is human and how much is technology when you're making something like this?
Well, we definitely rely a lot on our chemists in Asia, especially, and our entire development team. They're the experts in terms of, tuning midsole materials, executing the midsole materials, and all the properties that go into it. And then I'd say it's, listening to all runners, not just the athletes. Like, we definitely work with Des and Shadrach and a lot of other athletes. But we also do an exhaustive wear test with, everyday runners. Like, I'm certainly not fast, but I want to be able to run in the shoe. And I think that's important because at the end of the day, we use the athlete insights, but we're trying to build the shoes for everyone or everyone who wants to, run faster, get a personal best. So I think it's really a balance of the two. And then finally, at the end of the day, it's our designers. The designers are just amazing. And Ross Damon worked on this shoe, and he's done an amazing job with executing this midsole and using this foam to its fullest.
You brought up a great point, though. Like, we get a lot of questions because a lot of us aren't going to podium. A lot of us aren't even going to be in the top 10% at a marathon or stuff like that. And people are like, is it really worth it to get a shoe like this? My gut feeling says that the geometry and the things that make this great for somebody running a 5-minute mile are also the same things that make you more efficient running, say, a 7:30 to 8:30 mile. You're still getting the same benefits that athlete's getting. Is there any testing that you guys are doing that shows that?
Yeah, I think, I'll say that with the first version, it definitely was a little bit more tip of the spear product. My athletes did like it. They gave us good feedback on it. But, I think it wasn't as accessible, and we knew that. And that's where this DNA Flash foam, anyone who's running the Hyperion Tempo and loves that shoe or even likes that shoe and is looking for something that has, a little bit more pop to it, is going to absolutely love this. And I think that was a big driver for us with the second edition, is to make it more accessible, make it more durable, certainly improve the responsiveness and the cushioning. but without compromising on the speed aspect and that forefoot propulsion. So
yeah. And I notice a lot of that, you don't necessarily feel the plate, and it doesn't have like I feel the rigidity of the shoe. But what I really like in the shoe that moves me forward is a rapid roll that tends to happen right behind my toes on this shoe. I'm guessing again that when you guys are looking at the way that the foot is going through the stride, is that something that will roll out into all of the Brooks shoes, or is that specifically for, a shoe like this or the Tempo?
that's a great question. I think, we're looking at definitely when it comes to speed, facilitating that movement. A lot of runners talk about running effortlessly fast, and that's kind of what we were trying to go for with this, making the heel bevel a little bit more aggressive, the toe off more aggressive, like you talked about, and then the plate obviously helps. So using geometries to kind of work along with the plate. I think you're going to see some of that maybe in other areas, but not with fast in mind, more with, smooth or like a glide aspect. So there'll be some of that, but it's not something that, we're going to apply across the board, not at this stage at least.
Now, how about the DNA Flash? Because that obviously is, the bread and butter of this shoe. That's one of my favorite or definitely one.
Tempo.
I'm sorry, the Hyperion Tempo with the DNA Flash. Is that DNA Flash going to be used across other models? Because obviously it's been used in a trail shoe now, the Brooks Catamount. So will we be able to see that maybe coming in 2021 to other shoes?
You're gonna see it in maybe one other shoe.
Okay.
I think with DNA Flash, we're gonna stick to keeping it within what we call a speed quadrant or speed category.
Sure.
But you might see different iterations of that in other categories. I can say that obviously the base compound that we use is the most important thing, and so our focus is still working on those base compounds to make sure that the runners are getting the benefits they want in terms of whether it's responsiveness or lightweight or cushioning. And then, we'd amplify those base compounds somehow.
Gotcha. Cool.
Awesome. Well, as far as the race day shoe goes, obviously racing is a little bit limited this year to your backyard or your virtual races. Do you see a major update coming for this in 2021, or is this what we're going to be seeing 2021 as well through most of the year, and hopefully races get back on track and we're going to see this on your athletes?
Yeah, I mean, you saw this was on Des and some of the other professional athletes at the Olympic marathon trials, and we were able to get it out 9/1, which is a lot faster than what we've normally done. We certainly wanted to bring this out fast so that more runners could run in a Brooks speed shoe that did have a carbon fiber plate on it. I think for 21 right now, maybe in the latter half of 21, we'd have an update, but for now, you're not going to see a quick update to this version. We're definitely excited about it. So far, the reviews have been great. People are really enjoying running in this shoe, and we didn't change the upper on this. We didn't change the carbon fiber on this. Carbon fiber plate. We did add the main change was the DNA Flash, which we went up an additional 2 millimeters because now there are two parts of the midsole that encase the carbon fiber plate, and then we certainly went a little bit less on that outsole to lighten it up.
But and it's a little heavier than the original, but I think the weight, like for me, the extra weight in this versus this is worth it, just for a less harsh ride, a little smoother. Like I said, I haven't been racing it. I've taken it out for some faster tempo runs, over double-digit runs, and I've enjoyed how my legs feel afterwards. So it's achieving that efficiency part of a run where your legs don't feel beat up after you've put in maybe a little tougher pounding on them. So that's working. Can you explain maybe a little bit the shape of the plate in this and how it works with the midsole?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we built the shape of the plate to really kind of work with your foot, and so it is kind of kind of closer to the heel in the back, but then as you get to the forefoot, it is kind of a little bit closer to the outsole, really, so that you can get that propulsion aspect. And it's a little, it's as aggressive as we could get, from the ball of the foot coming up to the tip of their toes. So that way you really get to kind of push off. But I think what like you said, the DNA flash really kind of cloaks the plate, and so you don't feel that aggressive plate feel, which I think has been a great update to this shoe.
I mean, you can feel it in your hands. It's harder to tell on your feet. I mean, you feel that firmness, and like I said, my overwhelming sensation is that roll off the toe from behind the toe. So it does create a nice smooth feeling through the gait. So I enjoy that. So you're saying basically the plate is almost like a spoon or a high heel kind of.
Less of a spoon, but it's kind of like I don't know how to describe the shape, but it starts off as a spoon, but then it kind of changes more into like a kind of like a butter knife. How about that?
Okay,
That works.
so it's not split anywhere. It's one piece.
Yeah, we do have down the center of the plate, we did add an additional 0.5 millimeters to kind of make it a little bit more rigid. So you get a little bit more of that snap as you toe off. So that is unique to this plate as it runs down. Then I'd say like 75% of the length of the plate in the center.
Awesome.
Cool.
So, like you said, the upper doesn't have much of an update. The feeling for me was fine over the toes. I had plenty of room to wiggle around. I have a narrow, low volume foot, so no issues for me. Robbie, did you have any?
No, I thought the fit of the upper was pretty good, especially like the midfoot locked down really well. I like the little pillows in the heel collar. Give me a little extra comfort there.
Yeah.
And then very breathable upper for sure. Like no problems with that whatsoever.
Yeah. So I think that as much as you want to see a new shoes and we geek out over the every little detail of a new shoe, I thought this upper worked out really well paired with this midsole. And it's a totally different story for us. And like you said, maybe tip of the spear. This was working for us. It wasn't working as much. This one really did was for me a vast improvement over the original. For
yeah, I mean, just to throw it out there, you guys, first of all, a lot of you guys who review shoes, you can do an amazing job, and it really helps us, get a good gut check. I kind of like looking at different, what I call touch points. So we never wait to hear from just one person anywhere in the world. But when you hear, from multiple people and you get all these different touch points, you really get a good gauge on what's resonating and what's not. So, brutal honesty is the best type of feedback that we can get. Whatever anyone says, I think that's what helps us. It drives us to make product better and, to be honest, even move faster. And that's what, our Brooks Blue Line team's all about. It's moving as fast as possible to make sure that we get the runner, the best possible product that they can run in, race in, whatever it might be. Yeah,
I think people sometimes think that, I think of that Anton Ego from the movie Ratatouille. And, he comes off as almost the villain in the movie being a critique. And sometimes you feel like that. And it is nice to know that sometimes nobody wants to write a bad review. We don't want to put miles in on a shoe that we don't like. We end up putting the miles in so that we can give an honest review. But it is a fine line of, that you don't want to trash for no reason. And you do want to help so that things move forward in a progression. It somewhat is selfish because I'm telling you what I want out of a shoe. But there's people out there that I identify with. But it is interesting. We go to the running event, and at first I was a little shy when I'd see the shoe designers because I'd be like, they must hate me for this stuff. And I've been pulled aside, and they're like, no, thank you, because I took that information to our PM, and they showed them, and it changed. So I'm sure that it's sometimes not very welcome, but it's great that it can be helpful.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah, but yeah, we're a big fan of anybody who does this work. We know it's much harder to create than it is to critique. So
yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, as much as it was obviously tongue in cheek, the what you did with the furnace thing, or whatever the grill, that was cool. I mean, I think I wish things were that simple, right? You could put something in and 10 minutes later something else comes out.
Well, you guys did a great job of fooling us into thinking this was waiting in the wings because this came out super quick. I mean, the temp, I'm blanking. The Hyperion Elite One came out, and a month later we're watching Des running this year. So, I have to give you guys kudos that you were able to turn the ship so quickly and provide a product that would work for her in the Olympic trial so quickly.
Yeah. And anyways, Nikhil, thank you so much for joining us on this segment. We do have a couple more guests with Brooks coming up that we're excited to talk to. So Garrett, if you're in the live, you can just hit to join the show and we will add you in.
Yeah. You probably know him.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Thomas. That's been great.
Hey, thank you.
For having me.
All right.
Thanks for your time. It's great to check it out.
See you. Enjoy the show.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah, we do have a few more guests coming in. So
should we give away a shoe now?
Hang around. I don't know if we can.
Okay.
We have to wait till the end of the show. We don't have the giveaway yet.
I'll do it now.
Megan's doing the names.
I know. Megan, give it to us.
That's true. So yeah, if you're on the show, stick around. We got a few guests popping in here. Garrett Heath should be joining us soon.
He's slightly faster than us. Like if you wanted to be able, he can basically run a mile in what I would struggle to run a regular mile in.
Yeah,
or half the time.
I think he lapped me at least twice.
Yeah, I mean definitely. I mean, what is his record? It's a 3.5.
He ran a 3.53, I think.
Yeah, 3.53 in the mile.
Well,
I mean, it wouldn't lap me twice, but it'd be pretty close.
Okay, not to put Brooks athletes against each other, but Henry, who's also joining us in a little bit, he did run a 3.51 as well.
He did?
Yeah. So.
Well, we'll judge him when we get here. We'll see which one we like better. It's going to be a personality contest now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you are in the chat, definitely drop a shoe emoji in there to enter in for the giveaway, which we will be giving away at the end of the show.
Do you want to see if Garrett's already on?
Let me check to make sure Garrett didn't pop in here.
No, you can hit the add person. You'll see him.
Oh, yeah, right. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Garrett is.
There he is.
Sorry, Garrett.
Here
I missed it.
Garrett, this is why, sometimes you need two people to do
It's a professional setup.
There he is.
There we go. Hey, how's it going, guys?
How's it going? So you're
pretty
fast,
good.
Man. Like fast, yeah.
Yeah, I was getting embarrassed just listening to you guys talk and feeling like I need to get fitter.
Like I'm like, apparently 2 seconds faster. He was saying he was kind of,
But about Henry,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. So you ran at Stanford?
I did, yeah. Ran at Stanford just a couple years back at this point. But yeah, ran from Minnesota and then went to Stanford for school and kind of hung around there for a few years after. And then joined the Beast probably about 6 years ago now.
Wow. Stanford's a pretty good school though, isn't it?
It's a cool spot. Yeah, it's a completely different experience than what Minnesota was like growing up. No seasons, but you kind of somehow after a while you can start complaining about like 70 degrees and sunny weather.
Yeah, there's clouds, it's windy.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. Well, I'm guessing you spent so much time out on the track there. You experienced every kind of weather that the Bay Area kind of has to offer, and it can get. I grew up in Lafayette, so it can get. On our side of the mountain, it's perfect. On the Bay side, it can get weird.
Yeah, no, it can. It's funny because people from Minnesota used to be like, "Oh yeah, so you like go to the beach and surf most days," and I was like, "Yeah, it's great every morning basically." And somebody would come out and visit, and they'd be like, "This water is so cold. Like you can't swim here."
Yeah, Santa Cruz. I mean, you probably swam in Santa Cruz, but
I jumped in a few times. Yeah.
All right, there you go. I mean, being from Minnesota, you've got to be able to handle the cold.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your running a little bit.
Yeah.
Have you been running in this?
I have actually. Yeah. So I love it. I got a chance to try kind of the first model, the Hyperion ones, when Nikhil kind of was first working on them, probably almost a year and a half ago at this point. And really liked them, but like, it's not until you like kind of see the next iteration that like you didn't know what was possible until these came out. And so this has been like a complete game changer. Like I like the old ones for what they were, but the twos, it's like I could wear these every day. And I know you guys were talking about it earlier. I think like one of the biggest parts is just the recovery.
Yeah.
Being a
Sure.
little bit older on the team, like even the last few years, I feel like coming off workouts, like recovery is a big part of what I have to focus on, and being ready to, toe the line with Henry every day in practice.
Yeah.
These young guns are ready to go sprint all the time. So, yeah, it's been, a huge game changer for me with that. And I think like, going to change the way that people race and just train generally in the long run. Because it's, it used to be a game where less is better. So kind of the less shoe you'd have on your foot, and kind of the more pain you could endure in a race, like the better the race went. But now it's like you don't have to make that sacrifice.
As a matter of
And
fact, I mean, I would say that it's the opposite of making that sacrifice, because it was either thick and heavy or thin and light,
mhm,
where
right,
now you have thick and light.
right. It's crazy. Yeah, like I don't know where you go from here, because you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. And honestly, like I train in them all the time. I actually just came back from a workout where I watched, I didn't work out, but I watched Ali Buhalski and Danny Mackey, our coach, both do a workout in them. And so I would say everybody on our team is using them for anything we do, basically from at least tempo stuff. And I use it all the way down to I've been doing 200s in them.
Oh, wow.
And so
You can throw some spikes on them?
I would consider asking. I was actually going to talk to Nikhil about maybe seeing what we could do about that. But yeah, no, I raced a 3K in them about a month ago now on the track, and they're great. I mean, honestly, you might lose just a hair, but even in the 3K, I think the ability to come off it recovery wise, if you're trying to make an Olympic team, maybe I'm not racing a 1500 in them, but I think, especially for me in a 5K or a 10K, certainly even on the track, I would consider it.
So we've talked to other track athletes from other brands and stuff, and they're putting in serious miles, much more than I thought, 70, 80, and above miles a week on shoes.
Mhm.
Are you using this as almost like a daily trainer as well, or are you saving this for workouts when you want to be fast?
Yeah, I'm still a big glycerin guy when it comes to kind of day in, day out training. But anything that's like turnover, anything that's, I'll do a 10-mile tempo in these. I'll do a 4-mile kind of faster tempo or stuff on the track. I was dealing with some planner stuff for a while here. And so I kind of like moved away from spikes, and I use these exclusively for, like I was saying, everything from 200 on up.
Wow.
And had a ton of success of not kind of flaring up the planner quite as much. You've just got so much more cushioning under the heel. And I think like you guys were saying, it's like until you wear them, like you just don't know like the sensation. It's completely different than any other shoe, I've ever worn. So it's pretty cool that it just kind of rolls you forward, and I think takes some of the impact beyond having more just padding there off your
Yeah,
foot. So
that's awesome. So right now, a lot of races are shut down, but they're pulling people like you and putting you in little bubbles, and you're getting to run track events. Are you getting a chance to do any of those?
I did one down in Portland. It was kind of the big friendly series is what it was called. And so we had a handful of professional track athletes kind of from the Pacific Northwest, and you get tested a few times, kind of the week heading in. And then everybody was kind of still separated, wearing masks, but then, got out there and kind of got to compete. And such a weird time, for everyone. And I think, so long, like felt like the fitness was ramping up, but you don't really have anything to focus on. And so I think it was a nice outlet to finally be able to just step on the track and, if nothing else, get that kind of emotional burn off that, you get with racing, and get some of those endorphins going again. And so, even if you didn't hit exactly the time you wanted, like man, it was just cool being back out there and, kind of feeling like there was some normalcy in your life again.
Did you get butterflies at all before you raced since you hadn't been on the
I
line a lot?
did. Yeah, it's been a while. So yeah, no, I did. Which, if you don't get them, like it's a bad sign. It means you don't care. So I still
That's,
get them pretty much
yeah,
every
that's the
time.
worst feeling for me.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's the 2 cups of coffee that I also drink before, or if it's the nerves at this point.
That's awesome. So coffee's part of the pre-race routine.
But yeah, coffee is definitely part of the routine at this point. Yeah.
What else is going into it?
Into the pre-race?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I try to keep it just super simple. It's, from like an hour out, it's like before an hour out, I'm kind of just laying around and trying to keep the mind relaxed and listening to some music and stuff and drinking coffee and kind of drinking some electrolytes and water. But then, once it kind of hits an hour out, it's like a routine that plus or minus I've been doing since high school. It's like you go out for a 15 to 20-minute jog, come back, you do some drills, do a couple of strides, throw the spikes on, maybe hit the bathroom real quick, and then you go out to get ready. And, there's not a crazy science to it. I think it's more just finding that mental kind of routine that you're comfortable with and being ready for things to go wrong, because there's been plenty of times where the routine has gone awry and, you still PB'd. So at the time it seems like a disaster, but.
Are you, so right now your long distances are pretty much track distances. Are you thinking about making the jump to some higher mileage racing?
I'd prefer not to, but these shoes, honestly, if there's been one thing that's pushed me up and really made me want to try at least a half marathon, it's these shoes. We did a 10-mile tempo, probably about a little over a month ago now. It's kind of the last long one we did, and it was with Josh Kerr and Henry Wynn, who are both 1,500 miler guys. Josh was 6th in the world last year, and like you said, Henry was 350. He's a 351 miler. So both very good. But yeah, we just we kind of hit a tempo together, and everything kind of clicked that day. And it was the first time kind of training with training partners again. And running the shoe was like I was running 5:15s at the start, and it felt like I've never felt 5:15s feel that easy.
Easy.
And we kind of progressed from there.
5:15s.
But yeah, I mean, it hurt a little bit, and we were able to close down kind of like 4:50s, and first time I've like got to the end of a 10-miler and been like, man, this feels like super smooth still, as opposed to like really grinding.
That's awesome.
And like next day, did you feel fine?
Yeah, that's the surprising part, is I honestly think I feel as good as coming off a day of doing like a longer tempo in these as I do training the glycerins.
Wow.
Which is hard because the glycerins are soft cushion machines. So
when you look down at these shoes, when you're lacing up, psychologically, are you more inclined to pick up the pace? Like, are you like, if I put on a fast shoe, I think it's the shoe sometimes, but I also think it's sometimes you just, hey, it's a fast day, I got the fast day shoes on. Do these do that to you?
Yeah, I think it's the two pieces of this. It's the light factor, right? Like they're so much lighter. Anytime you put a light shoe on your foot, like all of a sudden you feel like you got an extra pop in your legs. And two, it's like it fits a bit closer to a spike than most, flats, where like the fit on the foot is pretty tight, and I actually go no sock when I'm racing in these. So it sticks to the foot, almost fits like a sock, which is a big thing for me. And, I've kind of talked to Nikhil about a bunch before. It's like, just getting that kind of glove-like fit, I think really can make you feel like you're getting that race mentality, kind of get a little bit of adrenaline going. So yeah, definitely.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Cool. Well, we do have Chris joining us. Chris, if you're in, put in a request to pop in the show. But yeah, Garrett, it's really awesome having you on the show.
It's really cool having you on the show.
We'll have to bring you back for another live show.
Yeah.
For sure, anytime. Yeah, let me know. But
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, really good to see you guys. And yeah, glad you like the shoe.
Keep Hey, thanks.
All right, take care, man.
All right, see you guys.
Let me check and see.
You're checking. Robbie's gonna check the guest list here and see if we have them popping on.
There we go.
All right.
And boom.
Okay, I did a little stalking on her earlier.
Okay.
I was looking at Instagram feed. She has offered her parents help to take photos because she's trained her parents how to take a flattering photo
Okay.
of it. So, and they did a great job. So, how's it going?
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good, good. So we just got off with Garrett. He was telling us a little bit about the shoe and how it's working for him. How's it going for you?
I think it's really great, honestly. I love it a lot. I just put the shoe on and I feel better walking. Like, I want to go on walks in these shoes as well. I don't want to just run in them, but I probably shouldn't do that. But yeah, they're amazing. Obviously, they look great too, so that's a great factor.
Always nice.
And yeah, they have a lot more support, I think, than spikes or flats would. So, like, I've been having Achilles problems this season. And, like, when I would run in flats, it would hurt. But then I put on the Hyperion Elites, and, like, my Achilles doesn't bother me as much. And, like, I just don't feel as damaged after a workout, to be honest.
That's crazy. Garrett was just talking about his Achilles and how he switched from flats into these. What do you think it is? Do you guys think that your people are overtraining without the races, or do you think it's just wear and tear, or what's bringing on the tenderness right now?
I don't know. For me, it's just, like, if I'm ever, like, consistently training for a while, my Achilles will start acting up. Like, it happens pretty much every year. I don't remember the last time I didn't have some sort of issue going on. I think Garrett's old and I'm just a little fragile.
Oh, that was so mean.
I don't even know. He's like 30, like 100. I don't know.
Yeah, throwing it down. You guys train on the same track, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And that's a classic joke we use on him because he's the oldest one on the team.
Poor guy. He's doing pretty well though. I mean, at 3:53. I don't know how he gets to hang on to that forever, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, he's still really quick. Like, I'll see him moving on the track some days. I'm like, whoa, that's Garrett? Like, he's really moving that quick.
Without his cane or anything.
No cane. Sometimes you get it out after a hard workout, but usually no cane.
Did you get to go to the Portland meet that he was talking about?
Yeah, so I went to 3 different big friendly meets, and they were all really great. We all had to get tested before, and it was really nice to, like, feel I was in a safe environment and still racing. Because, you know, I feel like we almost shouldn't be doing anything, but the fact that they were so careful about it made me feel more comfortable.
What events did you take on?
So my first event was the 1,000, which I never did, so I PR'd naturally.
Oh, wow. There you
And
go.
then I did 1,500, where I ran 4:08 and got second to Shannon Roberry. And then the third one I did was an 800, where
Ooh.
I also PR'd, but I did not place super great. But a PR is a PR.
The PR's
Yeah.
PR, yeah. So when you're doing this and you're running in a shoe like this, obviously you're probably going with spikes on the track. When you're doing your runs, what are your preferred distance training runs that you would pull this guy out for?
I would pull that out for like a tempo, because personally, as a miler, I'm really not a huge fan of tempos. So like these definitely make tempos less miserable. Like I've actually enjoyed a tempo in these shoes, which is something that's never happened to me before. So it's pretty life changing.
What kind of mileage are you doing on a tempo?
I think my longest tempo is 7.
All right, but you're crushing, like, when you say tempo, what are the paces when you're trying to hit?
Man, I wish you were talking to Alio and Ali B right now, but for me as a miler, I have a short tempo and a long tempos. For the longer tempos, they're not quite as like intense because they're so long. So I'd like average 550 on that, and then for the shorter tempos, more like 535.
Yeah, see, and I know what you're saying about the distances and being a miler and stuff, but that's super fast.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I mean, it's a training run. That's not your competing.
Yeah, it's not
pace.
a race.
So yeah, I mean that's awesome. And so you said you like to walk around in these.
Mm-hmm.
Have you run in the tempo as the tempo, the DNA flash tempo?
Yeah,
Is-
the tempos
is-
are great too.
Yeah.
They're
I mean, Hyperion tempo.
Yeah.
Right, so you're talking about the tempos, not the elites.
Yeah,
Yes.
the tempo.
The blue ones.
The blue ones, yes. I love the tempos, but you know, since I've worn the elites, I just can't stop wearing them because I feel so much like they have that carbon fiber plate that makes it even more responsive. But before I got the elites, I was wearing the tempos, and they were also a lot better than like a regular flat for a tempo run. So yeah, if you don't want to like spend the big money on the carbon fiber plate, the tempos are also really great.
Yeah, but I'd say between the tempos and this, I'll go up. He's a huge fan of the tempos.
I love the tempo.
Really?
But I dig this.
I think honestly, you need to talk to Nikhil. I think they should take the DNA flash and put that in a recovery sandal, like a recovery slide.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Because I
Seriously.
love recovery sandals. I mean, that's what the whole team walks around in. Right now we're on UFOS, but if Brooks came out with that one like that would be incredible.
All right, we
Yeah.
need to get that happening.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we'll make sure that we get to see you. You know, you can model them. We'll get your parents to do the shoot.
Yes.
We got the whole thing planned out. So, anything that you've got coming up soon that you'll be racing that we should be looking out for?
No, I just finished my last race last week in Des Moines, the USATF Road Mile. So I'm done now on break, eating lots of Cheetos. You know,
As you should.
What is it? Wait, so what does a break look like for you? Like how many weeks? Like,
Mhm.
do you have cross training? Like, what are you doing?
So everyone's a little different, but for me, I'm taking 2 weeks off straight, and then I'll start building up mileage after that. And you know, for this first week, I'm just making sure I get all the sweets out of my system and just go really hard on that, and you know, see how much weight I can gain in a week.
Well, okay. So what's the treat of like? What
Treat
is your
choice.
indulgence?
Oh, flaming hot Cheeto puffs are my favorite.
Whoa!
Those are
I
legit.
think you get along with this guy.
I like my
so good.
snackies.
I think when it comes to snack, it's ice cream for me. Like if I'm gonna get it.
Ice cream's my sweet one for sure, especially like Seattle. I think we should be ice cream capital of the world because we have so many good ice cream places. Salt and Straw, Frankie and Joe's, Molly Moon's, Sweet Alchemy. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
So where are you? You're not Seattle native.
No, I'm from Bruton, Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alabama.
All
Went to
right.
Stanford University, not Stanford. Not
Stanford.
Stanford.
Yeah.
Stanford.
All
A
right.
better school than Stanford.
I've heard that.
For sure.
It usually gets ranked, and
Yeah.
I see it
Jared and
right
I
above.
heard about it all the time.
It's for much younger people too.
Yes, yes.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey,
Yeah,
it's been great. I
yeah.
appreciate your time and learn a
Thank
little bit more about you. It's always interesting, you know, it's the levels you're at and the people you surround yourself with.
Mhm.
You're fast, and you're slow. You're fast. You know, when it trickles down, it's always fun to see that we all have the same hangups.
We all like flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
It's really tough to walk by them in the store, and then when I finally eat them, I eat it till I'm like sick and puking red.
Do you guys get the Cape Cod chips over there?
No, but we have voodoo chips, and those are really
I do like voodoo chips.
Those
Those
are
are pretty
legit.
good.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
great.
I get those at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us. We got Henry coming on here in a second. So, Henry, if you're in the live show, just send a request and we'll bring you in. But yeah, Chris, it's awesome talking to you. We'll definitely have to have you back on sometime.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Thanks. Great
All right.
talking to
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. See
All
you.
right, bye. Do you want to hit the little smiley
Yeah,
face?
let me peep in here.
There we go.
There we go.
They really got the stuff going on there.
Henry's in the house.
Well, Henry, you know, I have a child named Henry, so
Oh, so
this
you guys
is my favorite name of people
Yeah.
coming on. Actually, I didn't want to tell Garrett this, but I had a boss named Garrett. He was okay. Yeah. Hey, Henry.
What's up, Henry?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are
Good.
you doing?
You're freezing up a little bit there. There, yeah, we're coming.
Starting to come back.
Starting to come.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
The
Hey,
screen's a little frozen.
are you on Wi-Fi or are you on like the network? Because it might be if you want to slide down, turn off Wi-Fi. Sometimes it works.
Yeah, I just turned it on. Hopefully you
There
guys
we
can
go.
hear me.
Boom.
Yeah, now you look
Perfect.
great.
Yeah.
You're moving.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So Henry, you obviously work out with the rest of the Beast team there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've dusted Garrett a few times in these.
Oh, poor, what?
Snap.
I hope
Garrett,
he's still watching.
I feel bad for him. He's getting roasted.
He is.
Yeah,
It
that
must
just
be
comes
because
with
they love
age. Yeah, you know, we like him, so we get to give him some trash
Yeah.
talk. He gives it right
Yeah.
back though, so don't feel too bad.
Well, that's like Jarrett, our a guy on our team, Jarrett. But no, he doesn't give it back. He just takes
He
it.
just takes it.
But we do love him. But, yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, tell us about how the Brooks Hyperion Elite 2 has been working out for you. Because you know, obviously we're excited about it. So yeah, tell us a little bit.
Yeah, I've been loving it so far. So I had the Hyperion Elite 1s, and I didn't wear them too much just because I thought, you know, they were a little bit hard. There was the Hyperion Tempos, which I was loving at the time.
And then these things came out, and Brooke sent it to us, and it was like, I put them on. I was like, all right, I think I can do some work in these. So
Were you worried at first after your experience with the Hyperion one, where you're like, I hope this works out?
well, we've got, some of our friends are testers and things like that. So we'd been hearing good things. So I was just excited to get them on. And
That's
the
awesome.
second I put them on, I was running around the house with my roommates, like joking around that these things feel much better.
That's awesome.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, so what's your favorite part about the shoe? I'm going to guess it's probably the midsole, since you did say you're a fan of the tempo. So, and how's it feel to you kind of like on the run?
Yeah, I just like the responsiveness. It's softer, it's lighter. Just honestly, everything about it I like more. So I put them on, and we can do 400-meter repeats, which we have done. Garrett was part of that one, and we're breaking 60, feeling pretty comfortable wearing, what should be a marathon flat. So that's pretty cool to be able to do. And you could really rip whatever distance. Garrett talked about the 10-mile tempo we did together, and then the next week we're doing 400. So it's pretty versatile.
That's awesome. What's your favorite event on the track?
I'm a 1,500-meter runner, so it's
All
gotta
right,
be
all you
my
guys,
favorite.
man, super fast.
Yeah, that or the mile. So yeah, I like both of those.
What's your weekly mileage look like when you're training in the middle of training?
Middle of the training, like 75 to 80 miles a week. I'm not a huge mileage guy, but as a mid-distance
Are
runner,
you a lot of doubles, or you do it straight through?
just do it straight through. Normally do one double a week, and then the rest is just straight through. I haven't hit like the 90s.
Have you gotten a chance to train with this a lot since it came out? Since you got a hold of it?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff in that, and Chris is saying that she wears it walking around. Every once in a while, I'll toss it on for a double because I'm feeling crappy. I'm like, all right, I need something to get me out the door. I need to feel fast.
And do you feel like when we're talking to Gary, you're saying the recovery time on it, he feels like its legs are a little fresher, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Do you
so
agree?
it's been a great shoe. It's been a great shoe to wear for those, especially this year when we haven't been racing as much and just more trying to stay healthy. It's been great. We can do 400s where typically we'd wear a lighter, flatter, something that might make your legs a little more sore, maybe even spikes every once in a while we can replace them out for. Obviously, those are two opposite sides of the spectrum, but, we've definitely been wearing these things a lot to make sure that we're able to recover.
And did you go to any of these friendly meets? Speaking of not racing a lot, but have you been doing the friendly meets as well?
Yeah, I did. Those were awesome. The Portland track put on a great event. I did the 3K, did the 15, did the 800, so I was all over the place. But they were all fun.
Are you planning? Is anything coming up for you soon, or?
No, I'm done. I'm back home in Connecticut with the family. Just as Chris said, eating well and relaxing, getting ready for the big push for next year. So.
Well, you actually got good weather up there for a run. Did you run it all this morning at all?
No, I haven't. My mom's like, she's a big runner as well, and she's telling me to get out there. I'm like, no, if I don't have to right now, I'm going to take it easy.
I mean, we're on the East Coast as well. We're in Baltimore. And I don't know if you know, it's super humid here throughout the summer. It's just nasty. And Connecticut, you guys.
I remember what it was like.
Okay. Yeah. And I see the temps just dropping, and we were talking to a friend. You guys were in the 50s yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, as somebody who's been living in Seattle for a couple of years now, I've definitely gotten soft when it comes to humidity. I could barely breathe.
You don't have to worry about it out there.
But back in high school, I did a lot of that training during the summer. I never wanted to get up early, so I would just run midday and nearly die.
Where did you go to college?
I went to University of Virginia.
Okay, so you know this. You know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, we've had some brutal training days down there. We always used to have ACC championships in Tallahassee, so we put up with the humidity and the heat.
Yeah. So I always feel like you go to Portland, I'm like, of course they're fast. They got great weather, beautiful trails.
Right.
Exactly. They say humidity is the poor man's altitude, though. So us East Coasters should be fast.
Yeah, we're like broke over here. Yeah, but that's awesome. So is Portland going to be the home, or are you going to always come back to the East Coast?
I don't know. I've been out in Seattle for 3 years now, and I love it out there. But I have the family and friends on the East Coast, so we'll see. Hopefully, I can race well into my 30s like Garrett.
Yeah.
and stay out there for a while. He's not going to be happy saying well into his 30s. He's only 34 or something like that. But.
Yeah.
It's all gonna come back on you at some point, so you better
Yeah.
check
It
your-
really, and it comes fast.
I'd be honored, honestly, if I could make it that long. The young kids
True.
can make
Yeah.
fun of me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Well, then you can coach.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, awesome. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like you want to, I got a kid named Henry. We got that.
Share
Oh,
your
nice. Yeah, I mean, nothing else. Tell Henry I say hi, good name.
I will.
Hopefully,
It looked like it worked out for you.
Yeah. So
yeah, Henry Wynn's not too bad of a name for a track runner.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's
treated me
awesome.
well.
Yeah. I'm changing my last name from Huber to Champion.
I told my
Hubert.
parents my middle name. They should have made my middle name Will, but they weren't thinking that far ahead, I guess.
Ah.
Next time. We'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, tell your mom we say hi, and hopefully we'll see her out on the roads early morning.
Yeah. Wherever
She'll be
Tense.
rocking the full Brooks get up. I have to get her a pair of these things.
Yeah. Oh, she didn't have a pair of these yet?
Not yet. I mean,
Tell her to
we've
get
only
online
got
and
a
start
few.
pushing the shoe emoji.
Yeah, get her
and
in
she
this.
can win.
I will. I'll get it right on.
All
All right, cool, man.
right, Henry.
All
Thanks
right,
for
awesome.
chatting
Good talking
with
to you guys.
All right,
All right.
see you.
Take it
Bye.
easy.
Cool.
Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. So, everyone that's in here, we've been tapping those shoe emojis. Which, by the way, when I was looking for that shoe emoji, it took me like 15 minutes to find it.
Really?
Well, I was originally thinking it was in the clothing section,
It is.
or no, I was originally thinking it's in the
It's
sports
sports
section, but it's not. It's in
Yeah.
the clothing section.
Yeah.
So shout out to all you people.
Yeah, who are smart enough to find shoe emoji.
I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, you would think I would know that.
Mm.
So we did pick out a winner from the everyone who was tapping that shoe throughout the session. So we had close to 100 unique entries.
Tap it in, Happy.
Just tap it in. Shout out to all you who submitted it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been like a really cool chat because
Yeah.
I love getting to hear like the behind the scenes and then just like how the athletes performing it.
I'm always surprised, like, with the track athletes and the shorter distance fast people, like they're putting in serious miles, and then just to see that like their speed and what they can do,
Yeah.
and they're it is such a high level where seconds count, minutes count, and they put in a lot of work, and then it looks like they're having a lot of fun eating fire fire
Hot Cheetos.
hot Cheetos, fire hot Cheetos.
And by the way, if you like hot Cheetos, get into some Takis. You know what I'm talking about. Snackers out there.
Yeah. All right, you got some hearts for that one. Should we just tell people who won?
Yeah, let's do it. So, okay, let's first do the Strava. We had a Strava submission, a Strava giveaway.
Mhm.
So the winner from that was Brandon LeBlanc
Brandon LeBlanc.
from Houston, Texas.
Congratulations.
so-
Go big or go home.
Congratulations to you. Yeah, everything's bigger in Texas, including the winners.
Yeah.
And so
What does
yeah,
this shoe retail for? What did he just win?
$250. So yeah.
Bam!
I mean, I'm just saying you might want to invest that.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that. Anyways, so random winner number 1 from the Instagram live show is now I don't know the actual names. I'm just doing the Instagram handle. BT Demers. BTDEMERS. So if you're in here, shout out to you.
BT Demers.
I hope you're in here. and then random winner number 2 is Jocko Brunner. That's JACO.BRUNER.
Jocko, you're a winner.
So yeah,
Hey, how did we make sure that all these people from the U.S.?
I guess I really hope they are. Anyways, so yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
There
for watching.
may be, we might have to double check that because it does have to be
It does
a
have to be in the
USA
US.
winner.
So I guess
So unless you guys have a post office box in the U.S., there's still a chance you could win.
we'll figure it out. But yeah, so BT Demers, I see you just commented. Congratulations.
BT, are you from the United
Yeah, are
States?
you from the US? Let us know.
Please.
Anyways, so yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Yay.
So it looks like we're
All
good.
right.
We just got confirmation. Anyways, everybody, so thank you so much for watching. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
And that doesn't mean we don't love the people in Europe, South America,
It's just how it works.
Canada,
This is how it goes.
Great Britain,
Giveaways go.
South Africa. Love you all, Germany.
He's saying all the countries in the
Yeah,
world. That's
all,
good.
all my countries.
But anyways, check out our reviews. The review is up for the shoe, and definitely follow keep following us on Instagram. We do giveaways all the time for all kinds of stuff. So
And this is truly a redemption story.
it really is.
This one we put in the grill. This one,
I also put on the grill, but
Yeah.
I didn't mean to burn it.
yeah, that's a bummer. But mine's pristine.
Yeah.
It could use an air freshener, but I really like the shoe for a size 10.5. It weighs 8.2 ounces or 233 grams, which isn't flyweight for a
But
speed racer,
it's right there.
but it feels really good. Feels light, rolls through your stride. We were definitely happily surprised. We were hoping that we wouldn't have to write another review that was not favorable, but we were lucky we didn't. This is a great shoe. Congratulations to the people that won.
Yeah, you're really gonna love it. So,
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a shoe for racing season whenever that is. So
Hey, I mean, you can still race yourself. Time trials, people.
that's all that matters.
PR.
You against yourself.
Yeah. Strava. It counts.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more giveaways, more guests, and other things we got coming up. So yeah, take care, guys. Thank you.
Hit the end button.
Oh,
Robbie.
I can't
The
read,
red
but I
button.
think it's this one.
That's it.
Okay.